Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another Dirt Dog Sports Facebook Live. This is your amigo of always, Arnold Santiago, and we got something very special for you, girls and boys, and coaches too, and parents too. This is one that I really gonna enjoy with you guys too, because it's a person that I really was wishing to be here with us. Finally, we got him here. You're gonna be able to hear his stories, and you're gonna be able to get a lot of tips from him. He's a guy that really knows what he's talking about, experienced guy. So, we're very happy to have him here. Let's say hi to our man, our owner, Don Connors. How you doing, Don?
Hey, what's going on? What's up, Arnold?
We're doing all right, man. I'm very happy to have this one today. I mean, I think this one it's gonna help us a lot at Dirt Dog. It's a person, of course, that some of us at Dirt Dog Sport, even some of the parents, maybe probably remember a little. Our visit to Puerto Rico we got to see him and his baseball team while he was managing there.
Yep.
So I think this is gonna be a nice one.
Yeah, no, definitely. Once again, great, another real deal guy, great career. Played with some great names, and that Cleveland Indians team. It's kind of like and I hate to have trouble saying it, but it's kind of like the Yankees of today. They're actually.
Why do you have to say the Yankees?
Yankees
why do you have to mention that?
Yankees are a fun team, and that Cleveland team was a fun team.
Yeah,
back in
man.
the
Also, a Red Sox guy saying something about the Yankees. You see, now nobody wants to see the video there.
day. Well, I can't say the same thing about the Cleveland Cavaliers, but the Cleveland Indians are a fun
now
team.
you went to the guts. There you went to the guts. But no, you used to be a big Cleveland fan.
Yeah. Once again, just some great ball players. So, it was more about the players in the game rather than the teams. Back you following between, and actually that was back when fantasy baseball was kind of kicking in too. So it was good because you learned everyone in the game, and like I said, it's fun, and it's that's why I think right now baseball just got to get back on the field. So the love of the game continues and doesn't kind of get a back seat with some bad attitudes flying around on both sides. So
there you go. We don't like that. We don't like that stuff behind the scene. That could stay behind the scene without a problem. So, guys, let's get ready and let's introduce our VIP guest of the day, Alex. Well, here we got our friend, our VIP guest of today, Carlos Baerga. How you doing, Carlos?
I'm doing good. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be with you guys today, Mr. O'Connor. What an honor to be in your show today. It's an honor.
No, we appreciate it. It's an honor having you. Trust me. And once again, the parents and the players have been loving these little interviews we've been doing. So just to hear it from guys of your stature goes a long way when with the kids, the parents, and the coaches as well. Hopefully, everyone gets to take something out of it.
This is something that I love to do, and Thank you to have Arnold and Alex with you guys. You are all set, man.
Oh no,
These guys,
great
they
guys.
love,
And I think
they love baseball, man.
I think that was Alex playing the piano too in that opening.
It might be. Yeah, because I don't know where he got the music, but it was great. Alex, you did a great job. I mean, and Carlos, I mean, we got somebody that played 14 years in the big league. That's an amazing career too. And not to forget, if you count all the winter league years too, Carlos has been playing professional for a long, long time. Carlos, where you were born and raised, so everybody knows, because I know we got another Puerto Rican with us, guys.
I born in San Juan, Puerto Rico. God give me the opportunity to born in there, and that's close to San Juan, like 15 minutes where I grew up. I grew up in Levittown, where most of the players live close to there. Bayamon, Dorado, Tuabaja, Vega Baja. That's a lot of baseball players that born in there. But God give me the opportunity to have a father that loved baseball. The guy that always want to be a baseball player. He wasn't that high. He wasn't at the high of Jose Altuve, kind of like that. He got power, but fielding, he was okay. He was a good runner. But, at that time, not too many guys, short guys, signed. And he wanted to put all the effort on myself. He take me to the ballpark every day. We take me to the beach to run, to swing, stuff like that. And he really put everything on myself. He said, I want you to be a baseball player. I want you to be a street shooter. And something that I never going to forget about, the first time that I grabbed a bat, I said, I want you to hit from both sides because I don't want you when you get to the big leagues. I was 8 years old. I tell me, when you get to the big leagues, I don't want you to be in the bench against righty or against lefty. I want you to play every day. And that was something, that was a great gift because when I get to the big leagues and when I see the slider from the righty, like Dave Steve, you remember Dave Steve? It was nasty.
Yep.
Then the breaking ball was unbelievable. A lefty, there was a lot of lefty. Frank Tanana, Randy Johnson, all those guys. When you face him from the left side, it's a different story. So I was lucky to be a street shooter because my father teach me that since I was a little kid, and something that that was a blessing. Nice. That was a blessing. When I grow up, my father was a great teacher. A great teacher too. He told me something that I'm never going to forget too, and it's good to say here today because I know it's going to be a lot of parents, together with the kids watching this video, and something that he teach me to say, I want you to have good grades. This is very important because you don't know if you're going to make it or not, or how long you're playing the big leagues. But while you study, nobody can take it away from you, and that's something that when I was 12 years old, I don't want to study. I just want to play baseball. I just want to be an athlete. I used to play a lot of different sports too, basketball, track and field, volleyball, and stuff like that. Stuff that now that I'm thinking about, that helped me a lot too. Because a lot of parents, they want the kids to just to play baseball. But when you play different sports in school, especially in school, that's what I play. It's good for you because you're going to be more flexible. You're going to be ready for the reaction. They're going to help you in the game and stuff like that. And my father was open mind on that. But when I turned 20 years old, he told me, now you have to decide what you want to be. And when I say baseball, that's what I want to be. I want to be a baseball player. It's something that was really good. But he was my manager. And I never going to forget about, he was tough on me. He was very tough on me because he don't want me to be the best of my age. He always put me to play against people that was older than me because he want me to practice every day, to get ready every day, to become the best player. And at the beginning, it was kind of hard, but then maybe a month later, I was leading the league. I was, getting, to be one of the best and stuff like that. But I think it was very important, that I have parents, that believe in myself first, and he know the kind of talent that I have, and the opportunity that I have to be one of the best.
Yeah, no, that's great. Now, that's we see it every day. The parents, you get their parents that want the game more than the kids, and you get the kids that want the game more than the parents. So obviously, it sounds like you have to have that kind of happy marriage of you wanting to play and play every day. And it was great. Sounds great that it was able to kind of work hand in hand with you and your dad.
You know, that's a big. It's very important, but the parents need to know too. You know, you're gonna have a bad game as a kid. You're gonna have days and you're gonna make errors, stuff like that. Don't be too tough against your kids. I think they already have a tough day in there. When they get home, don't keep talking about that.
Yeah.
Let them rest that day, maybe the next day, or maybe that night. If that happened in the morning, maybe that night I said, well, why you think what happened here? Why you made that throwing arrow? Why you think it happened here? There's ways to talk,
Yeah.
about you tough on your kid, because when they get like that, they're gonna be nervous, they're gonna get scared, they're gonna go to the field again thinking about the same arrow that he made last week. He's gonna do it again. So you have to be careful the way you do. You have to be I want the parents to motivate. Yes, to say to the kid, like, hey, that's okay, no problem. You got 2 strikeouts. The next day you're gonna have 2 hits. You know what? They're gonna hit the ground ball to you again. You have to be prepared. You need to know where you're gonna throw the ball. You need to know how many outs. You need to know, how you're gonna react to the ball before it comes to you. So when you talk like that, it's gonna be easier for the kids, to learn right away. And I believe that the next time it happens, he's gonna be prepared for that, because nobody was on top of him very hard. And I think that's important. The good communication is gonna have a good finish.
Well, Carlos, all of a sudden you sign professional to play with the San Diego Padres. But when you get there, there's a lot of people around. There's a lot of things going on. And it kind of looked like, wow, how do I gonna get a chance to play in the big league? Because everything is lined up here for a lot of people, and there's only one spot to try to get. How tough it was for you, first of all, to start playing professional ball compared to Puerto Rico ball? Because I do know the story that you always tell me that I want you to tell the kids what happened when
Yeah.
you first started playing in the minor leagues. And second of all, mentally, how prepared mentally young kids need to be before they take any steps, or before they even think about another step. They're playing high school. Before you think about college, there's something mentally that you have to start working on before that.
First of all, you have to be really tough mentally, because it's not the same when you play a perfect game, when you go to a different, when you play the little league, it's not the same when you play professional. You go to a next level in there, so you have to be prepared. And I always say this because I think it's important for a lot of kids that want to be a professional baseball player. When I signed, the first of all, I left my family to become a baseball player. Now my family had to stay in Puerto Rico. Now I had to be by myself. That's the first tough time that you have. Second, when I got to spring training, when I see 500 players for just 25 to make the big league club, my mind went, oh my God, I'm going to be playing here for a long time. I'm going to do good. I'm going to get released right away. A lot of things came through my mind, and I said, wow. But you know what happened to me? I got 10 strikeouts in a row. My first 10 at in spring training, 10 strikeouts in a row. A guy like me that was killing the league in Puerto Rico, having a good year, being the MVP. Every time that I represent Puerto Rico, I was the MVP of the league and stuff like that. But now, when I became professional, I was a failure. I was a failure. I was having a tough time mentally. Even when I got to the field, everything was a big difference. And I remember that I called my father and I said, Daddy, you know what? I don't think I'm going to make it. I want to go back to Puerto Rico. They are big guys, tough guys. The way they're pitching is way different, because there was a lot of college guys, in there that signed, stuff like that. And my father come up and say to me, you know what? Let me tell you something. Let me remind you something that happens since you start playing baseball. That's why I put you to play with all the people all the time, because I don't want you to be the best. I want you to work hard to be the best. And when I was 14 to 15 years old, I played double A league in Puerto Rico. That's like kind of like the national teams they play, the guys that play there. So I was 50 years old playing double A. The people that 35 years old, 38 years old, 39, all people like that. Because I don't want you to be the best. I want you to work hard to become the best. And my father told me this: you're not coming to Puerto Rico. That's the first thing. Second, you're gonna start working harder, and I want you to do something that is very important. Have fun. If you have fun, everything gonna take care of it. Second, you have to have determination. You know what kind of player you are. You sign, they don't give it to you. They see the talent that you have. So you know what? Be ready, be prepared, and have fun. And that was the first words that came to my father's house to help me to come out, finish strong spring training. And when I went to the league, it was a bit different because look at what happened to me. I go to Able just to practice because the season was going to play. That was in April. My season in rookie ball, it was going to start in June. But you know what happened? I wasn't in the roster. I just practiced and then I go upstairs to watch the game, to the bleachers. You know what happened? Every day I was going to the manager's office and say, why me not play? Why me not play? Because I don't know that much English at that time. And I remember the manager always said to me, Carlos, you came here just to practice because your season is going to start in June. And I said, yeah, but I want to play. I came here to play. I signed to play baseball. But you know what happened? 5 days later, our second baseman got hurt. I don't pray for that or anything like that. He just got hurt. They let me play, because they find somebody to come here to help, the team, stuff like that. And you know what happened? I was prepared. I was ready. I was hitting. I was fielding. I was running. I keep myself in shape. And you know what happened? I made the All-Star game that year. Nice. I was 2 for 4, 3 for 3, 4, 3. I start hitting and stuff like that. And this is good for a lot of the young kids that right now they are watching this video. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. How you take, the things that come to your life. If you already gonna say, if they don't give it to me to be the regular, I'm gonna go home. I don't want to play more baseball. You know what? In life, things are like that.
Yep.
When it happened to me too, when I came to the big leagues, I came as a utility guy. You know what? I was 19 years old, 20 years old, to get to the big leagues. When they give me the opportunity to play, it was a utility. Then I'm gonna say no. If I don't play regular, send me back home. That I cannot do that. I cannot do that. So you know what happened? What I did was I say, let me keep working hard. Let me get ready, and I'm gonna have my opportunity. But if I put in my mind, I don't want to work, they're not playing me, I'm going to be pissed off. You know what? You're not going to be ready when they give you the opportunity. So this is good for a lot of young kids that are listening right now that maybe you don't start playing regular when the season starts. But you know what? If you keep good attitude, if you keep good discipline, if you keep good determination, and you keep working hard, you know what? And you show your money that you are ready when the situation come up, you're going to be playing regular and good things going to happen to you.
Nice. Yeah. Wait for that opportunity. Because like you said, second baseman gets hurt. You just step right in, Then you just kind of make the best of it.
And that's a good tip from Carlos because, we got a lot of kids that, usually they have fun. They want to keep playing and all that. But when they don't see themselves starting a game, they get down on themselves, and it goes back to what Carlos say. Usually goes back to the parents, maybe mom or dad or anybody comes, hey, maybe let's go home. You're not gonna play and all that. Yeah. And then what you do is you taking the kid down. He's starting to think other stuff, and then he doesn't want to be there at all. He's not having fun at all, and then things get very, very tough. And then the kid had the whole year pretty much. It feels like he wasted his year because the whole thing went down the drain. Everything he worked. But it's like Carlos said, just wait your time, do your thing, keep working. When the door opens, or at least you see a little crack of the door open, then you sneak in, but make sure you're ready. If you're not ready, you're not going to have fun and you're not going to do your job and then you're gonna go back to the bench, and then you're gonna end up having a tough time. I mean, so and it's like that, Carlos and Don. It's like that, like we know in life, any job. It doesn't have to be just
The key is
baseball. It's any
the
job.
key is have the right attitude, be a team player, and be ready to go. And that's life.
If you're a team player, doors gonna open to you. But you're gonna be, acting different. I'm gonna run the bases when I want to. I'm gonna hit when I want to. I'm gonna run when I want to. When you have that kind of attitude, you know what? They're gonna throw away. I can bring you a sample. Edgar Martinez. His first year hit 172. You remember?
Yeah.
Arnold? 172 rookie ball. And look at what happened. Edgar right away said when the season was over, he said I said, they're gonna release me, they're gonna send me back home because for Edgar to sign, he went through 5 different tryouts. Nobody wanna sign him because he wasn't fast, he don't have power. He said, well, he was a line drive hitter. But you know what? One scout came to Puerto Rico, a scout, it wasn't from Puerto Rico, it was from outside. They paid him $5,000 to sign, and right away Edgar say when he had that bad year, the first year, he said they're gonna release me because they don't pay me any money, so I think they're gonna be released. But you know what happened? The manager called him at his office and he was scared. He said, "Oh my God, there we go. They're gonna release me now." But you know what the manager said to him? I said, "Edgar, let me tell you something. You are going to Instructional League." And Edgar said, "What? That I'm going to Instructional League?" I said, "You sure about that?" "Yes, you're going to Instructional League. And let me let you know why you're going to Instructional League. First of all, maybe you're going to believe the numbers that you put up, they're not good numbers. That's true. But you know something that you have that we love is that, you came early to the ballpark every day. Your attitude was special every day. You was on top of the game every day. You was a good teammate. That's another thing. You was a good teammate, and another thing, your work habits are the best on any position. That's why you're going to Instructional League. So this is a good example for a lot of young kids, for a lot of people, for a lot of parents. You know what? Everything that you do different, somebody gonna see it and say, "I want that kid right there." Maybe he don't have the talent right now, but I believe that he's gonna have something later on. And Edgar Martinez right now, you know where he is? In the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, we have to go. We have to go to Cooperstown to see Edgar now. Not like before. We have to go to Cooperstown. But it's like Carlos says, and we always tell the kids a dirt dog like that. Sometimes your coach might want to see something on you, want to see how you're gonna act, and he might do something to see your reaction. So if your reaction is negative, then you are telling something different to that coach. Sometimes coach really like you, Don. Sometimes we just want to see how you're gonna do certain things to see if you're a teammate, and you do something to them just to see what they act. And if they got that negative, I mean, that just opens the door wide open to somebody else because we don't, the coach is gonna feel like you don't want to be part of the team. So now we're gonna try to get you going, and it's gonna be tough because it's up to you to get better.
Yep.
Another thing that the coaches know and watch too, when you're doing good, you give high five to everybody. Yeah, great job. Boom, 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 boom. When you're not doing good, you go by yourself to the next side of the dugout. You start throwing your helmet. You start throwing your bat. You start doing different things that you are not doing when you're doing good. So you know what? Show everybody that you have good character, that you grow up, and you know that when you show that even to the other team, they say, "Hey, if we get this guy out the first game, the second game he's gonna be dead because he's already his mind." You have to be tough in your mind. That's why when you watch a major league season, you're gonna see a lot of the good players having it. Jose Ramirez last year, he started very in 182 for the All-Star game, and he finished 272, 260 something. You know what?
Yep.
But his attitude was up every day. He never stopped practicing. He always came prepared to the game because you have to believe in the talent that you have. You have to know what kind of player you are, and you're gonna get out for a slump. If you start throwing bad helmet. Don't be a good teammate. Be on the side and start working. You know what? You're going to be released. You're going to be out, and they don't want you in the team. So this is good thing to talk about.
Yeah, yeah, because baseball's a game of failure. So if you can't handle adversity, then it's just gonna eat you up and spit you out.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and there's no analytic, there's no sabermetric, there's nothing that could quantify what that means for a team. Because once you start doing that, you're gonna see 5 or 7 of the other friends either to get together with you and they get mad with you, and then they hate the whole thing that is going on, or they're gonna go against you. And usually they're gonna go against you, and things are not gonna be the same. And trust me, you can't win like that. You just cannot win like that. You might be able to, like we always say, Don, you might be able to beat bad teams, but you're not going to beat good teams if that's going to be your attitude, because it takes everybody to be together. And we could see Carlos at, whoa, look at that mustache, Carlos. Ooh, look at that.
Where you get those videos?
I don't
we can't tell you.
That's a secret. Look at that. Carlos, now that we're talking, I mean, we've seen a video of you fielding and all that. I always try to tell the kids at Dirt Dog and all the coaches, we try to get the same thing going. How important is routine? It doesn't matter how old you are, but how important is routine if you want to be a player that is ready to play every year? It doesn't matter if you're 18 or 10 or 9 years old. I always tell the kids, we need a routine. Tell them why it's so important to have a routine.
Let me tell you something. And I like to bring example because I know they're watching the game now. They don't know who I am. They have to go to see a video. Now you're showing a video right there who I was. But let me tell you something. Let's talk about Francisco Lindor. I work for the Cleveland Indians. I'm a special advisor for the Cleveland Indians. I go to spring training. I go every month to Cleveland to watch the major league team play. I go through the minor league stuff like that. But I haven't seen a player like Francisco Lindor. He have a work habit that he don't change it. This guy, like right now in the off season, in the morning, don't call him. I have to call him after 2:00 because he's working. He wake up, he eat good breakfast. That's very important for him. Even in the road trips during the season, even when the game is over, the baseball player, when we finish late and we go to bed late, like 2:00, 2:30 in the morning. He wake up at 8:30, eat breakfast, no matter what, because that's very important for him to get, to get the food that he needs to get in his body. From there, he go to the, to work out. From there, he go to, to hit and stuff like that. And he always do that. You know what time he get to the ballpark in Cleveland for the game is at 7:30? 1:35. When at 1:40, he get to the ballpark. 1:45 is already in the gym 3 times or 4 times a week, working out, and then he go to the batting cages to do the same thing. He work with the team, front toss. He do the same thing every day. This is what Albert Pujols. This is what especially this Friday, I'm gonna be having well, I cannot talk about days right now, but I'm gonna have Pujols, and he's gonna be talking about situation how he prepared himself. And he's been doing that for a lot of years. One of the best advice that I have from somebody when I came up to the building was, I want you to do something, Carlos. I want you, I remember my first year, my first game, he said, Candy Maldonado came up to me and said, I want you to do something. Every time we play the first day against a different team, you're going to go like Baltimore. When we play against Baltimore, I want you to watch Carl Ricken and Eddie Bury, how they prepare for the game, how they stretch, how they take batting practice, how they do the fielding, how they prepare themselves for the game. That's very important. When we play Milwaukee, you're going to see Paul Molitor and Robin Young. Watch the guys that play for a lot of years. They have to have something special. They have to do something special to become a good baseball player, all-star player for so many years. Yeah. You have to have work habits. If you don't have work habits, if you don't let your friends know, hey, I need to work first. Later on, we can do anything you want. But this is what I want to be. I want to be a baseball player. I want to be an all-star. I want to be to the big leagues. I want to get there for a long time. You have to have work habits.
There you go, Don, because I mean, that's the I always tell the kids, and Don knows this because he tells his kids too. I mean, game at 9 o'clock in the morning, you can't show up there at 8:30. There's
No,
just
no,
no way. There's just no way you could get ready. I mean, if you get a routine, tell mom and dad too. Mom and dad, I want to have a routine. I want to be able to do some sprints. I want to be able to relax with the guys. I want to be able to throw. I want to get loose the right way. I want to make sure if coach wants to do something, we all there to do it. So I mean, it's up to you to get that routine going. I know kids don't play every day. We know that. But if we
Yeah.
play every Saturday or every Sunday, you tell yourself, this is what I'm gonna do every time. Coach, of course, we would love that, Don, because we
Oh
would like
yeah.
to go to the game, be
So
there at
you,
8 o'clock, and have at least 6 or 7 kids almost
so,
ready to go
so
to
you can
start
make a
going
so
at
you
eight.
can make a lineup.
But it's
Doug,
not easy.
let me tell you guys something. That's why when I do these interviews that I do, I listen what they say, and I sometimes write it, what I keep it here. Ivan Rodriguez, before he signed, the day they could sign him in the tryout was at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. He was there at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. He was running in the outfield, and then he started throwing with somebody long way. When the scout came up and saw him in right field, throw him a long way. Wow, wow, wow. He don't even have to do a tryout.
Yeah.
Right away, they signed him. You remember that? I know when he said that.
Yeah.
Say, what? He don't even throw to second base because they saw a war habit.
Yep.
They saw his attitude. He came to the ballpark early. He stretched. He prepared. He said the other guys, they were sitting down in the dugout talking. They don't even stretch. They don't even run. They don't even do anything. That day, Ivan Rodriguez became one of the best from that day. He became a Hall of Famer because he showed everybody his attitude,
Yep.
his habit, the work habit that he have, and he showed that day. He said, "This guy has something special. We don't need to do anything with him," and
Right. And
that's what.
yeah. And there's always someone watching. Same thing when we have the kids go to tournament games. There people are looking. Scouts are looking at your attitude. They're looking how you handle striking out. They're looking at how you handled that error in the field, how you
Yeah,
picked up your teammates. All that stuff, and how you treat your parents when you get off the field. So a lot of
yeah.
that stuff goes a long way.
Well, we're seeing Carlos here becoming at that time the first player ever to hit 2 home runs in an inning, but one lefty and one righty, something that we haven't seen before. Then after that, we had a few people that did it, but when you become the first one, guys, you're the first one. Nobody else could
Uh-huh.
take that away from you. You're the first one. But Carlos, it's interesting now that we're watching that video. It would be nice if you could tell the kids. We have some kids at Dirt Dog, and we got some girls too at Dirt Dog with softball that they switch hitters. And I mean, and some of these kids, they really have a hard time finding out how do I practice switch hitting? Do I have to do something different? Because definitely you're going to be good at one of the hands better than the other
You,
one. You're usually going to be
you
one.
you need to know first of all what hands you're stronger or the other one. I became stronger from the left side because I faced more righties at that time. But you have to practice the same way from both sides. You have to practice. If you're gonna have 5 swings from the left side, you have to have 5 swings from the right side. You cannot be having today I'm gonna hit lefty and I'm gonna hit righty. No, 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 no. Everything that I do the same, it has to be from both sides because you have to prepare the core of your body. You have to be loose. If you don't do that, you can get hurt anytime. That's the first thing right there. Second, you have to, if you see my swing right there, you see the rhythm and movement, you see the load, you see separation, you see, what, my hands, contact a point, extension. And I always say, keep my hands inside the ball. That's very important. Keep your hands inside the ball so you can go through in there. But the thing is, I used to, from both sides, from the left side, I used to use 35, 33. 35, 33 long bat. From the right side, because I have a low bat, 34, 31. So you have to make a judgment in both sides. From the left side, I used to play closer to the plate. From the from the right side, I used to be a little bit away from the plate because I wasn't that quick with the ball inside. So the hitting, everybody hit different, but you have to make a judgment.
Yep.
You have to make a judgment fielding. You have to make a judgment pitching. You have to make a judgment in the outfield, in the catching, stuff like that. When you're doing hitting, you have to make a judgment. That's the name of the game. You have to make a judgment. So you need to know yourself. I always say, you know what? Deep practice, high repetition is going to be the one that's going to help you out. If you don't work hard, you know, you don't have a lot of repetition, it's going to be hard for you to become better every day. So, you know, it's important. I write down a couple of things right here. Deep practice is going to have, you know, with high repetition, it's going to give you a win when you want to get better every day. Second, maximum effort. Do each repetition with maximum effort. When you give maximum effort in what you're doing, not just go to the batting cage or to the field just to hit like nothing. Have a purpose. Put situation. When you have a put in your head, I got man on second base. I want to bring a run in. I want to go gap to gap. Man on third base, infield in. I have to get a pitch that I can drive. Man on third base, I got 2 strikes. The infield is back. I want to, you know, less than 2 out. I want to put the ball in play to get that RBIs. If you go with a plan, you're gonna have a you know, good year, and you're gonna help the team. But if you don't have a plan, hitting, you're gonna have a long year.
And the main thing, Carlos, there too, about talking the plan and done, it's if you have a plan, us as coaches, we could see it. And if it doesn't happen, let's say for example, you try to put the ball in play and you strike out, I know, I could see you were trying. So it's okay. I mean, you as a coach go there and say, hey buddy, I know what you were trying. Good job. I mean, it didn't work out. It's not easy to do it, but I got the idea and you paying attention. But all of a sudden, man on third base, done. We've seen it a lot. Yeah. Only less than 2 out. We need a fly ball. He comes a pitch down the dirt, and we swing at it. And then the kids get mad because we go, do you have a plan? Oh yeah, coach, I know, but that's a tough pitch. There's no way you had a plan if you're gonna swing at that. Yeah. So that's true.
You know when I know when somebody don't have a plan? 2-0 count. 2-0 count. They throw a fastball right in the middle and they take it. I say, what you were waiting for? So that he was going to trick me, throw me a change or a slider. You know what? That's your count. That's how
exactly.
I have to be prepared. 3-1 count. I have to be prepared. I don't want to go swing a slider. I want to go swing a fastball. If they throw me a slider, I take it. I still have a chance to hit. So good hitters. They're thinking, you know what? Robbie Alomar, Erika Martinez, I play with these 2 guys. These 2 guys in the bench, they don't talk. They watch the pitchers all the time. They try to take advantage of that. Why he throw with men on second base? Why he like to throw with guy in third base? Why the strikeout pitch? Why he like, you know, to start the hitters, stuff like that. Those little things is gonna help you. And then in the long run, and you're going to become a good hitter. It's not just to see the ball hit, but if you take advantage of that and you prepare yourself, you're going to have a good year and you're going to help the team in that.
Yeah, those are great points because we're always trying to get them to just, think, especially the younger kids, and actually not just the younger kids, even the older kids, you know, some of them don't even know what their best pitch is. Like, where do you want it? Where do you like to find, you know, if you for that 2-0 count, what are you actually looking for? You're looking for something in, up, outside, just get those hands out, you know, and just trying to educate them that way. So it's
and it
the
comes
learning
down,
process.
Don, the way you're saying that, it comes down, Baerga is saying it too, but it'll be nice. I mean, so you guys know, Baerga, when we're doing hitting inside, indoor at Dirt Dog, there's, of course, you know, not everybody could hit at the same time. We don't have that much room to do it. It's just impossible. So we split the kids up like you used to, you know, baseball clinic and all that. You split the kid and tell them 3 of them, you know, you're going to do soft toss, and the other 3 are going to be hitting. But we see a lot of the kids, they get mad at us always, Dom, because we let them know. They just, he's so boring, you know. They start just flipping the ball and doing whatever. So, of course, they never do repetitions in everything they do. So when Don asks them, what's the best pitch that you like? Which one is? Where's that at? I don't know. Here. I swing the ball here. But if you do the T work, you do all this stuff. I know it could be boring, but you just work through it. Work through it. Tell yourself, I'm getting better. Every
Yep.
time I do this, my mind gets shrank and I'm getting better. And then when I go to the plate, I already know my pitch. And that's the pitch, that you're going to be able to look. And then with two strikes, you just battle. Two
Yeah.
strikes, you just battle. But Carlos, how many times did you work in a tee? I mean, probably 100 million times.
And do it with a purpose. You have to have a purpose. You know what I used to do? The tee, I put it in the middle first. I put it outside second, and then I finish inside. If you do that, you are working three different situations in the game. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. There's no pitcher that throw you the same pitch in the same part every day, and all the time. So you have to work a different situation. Sometimes you have to put the ball in front a little bit so you get the head out in there. Too. Manny used to go the tee and put it up a little bit just to get the high fastball too, and stuff like that. Manny used to do a lot of breaking ball. He had a problem at the beginning, but you know what? His whole career, he put the machine. He hit like 25 swing. He got 25 swing, hitting the breaking ball, but not just hitting the breaking ball on the same place. He go back a little bit, he go forward a little bit, he go outside a little bit, he get tighter a little bit. So if you work, when you go to the cases, go and work.
Yeah.
Not just go to get 10 swing, hit the ball to the air. No. Go over there. I want to swing, I want to hit the ball to left field. My first 10 swing is going to be to left field. My next 10 swing is going to be through the middle. My next 10 swing is going to be, I'm going to pull the ball. Go with a purpose. When you have a purpose, you're going to win something in life.
There you go.
Okay?
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, because he just the teamwork is so special, Don. I mean, I used to like teamwork so much because it's you and the ball. You don't need nobody else to be there with you. It's you and the ball. Now you got technology. I mean, you could do a lot of stuff. And look at this. Now we got Baerga facing one of the toughest lefties in the history of the game. He just pretty much just went deep straight center field. There you go. I mean, Baerga, seriously, every time you face a guy like Randy Johnson, I know we always tell ourselves, well, this is a challenge. This is what I want. I'm made up for this. Come on, buddy. Bring it. But there always has to be a little thing in your mind the day before. Man, I had to face Randy the next day.
Oh, hey, you have to, when you don't have that in your mind, you can be cocky. You can be, but it's better to be humble, knowing that you're going to face one of the best pitchers. So you need to prepare yourself. You cannot go without prepare yourself, knowing, watch the way he's pitching lately. If he's using the breaking ball a little bit more than the fastball, you have to prepare. You have to study. If you don't study, you're not going to be a Billy player. You have to study the game. You have to prepare yourself and be ready for that moment in there.
And man, that
Carlos, was there any pitchers that just kind of had your numbers consistently, or
my numbers was Gene Abbott and Roger Clemens. Those two guys, they killed me.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, Gene Abbott was the one for the kids that are, you could go to YouTube and find Gene Abbott. I mean, he was a special moment when he made it to the big league, and a special career because he was a pitcher that was he didn't have his full hand, so he had to use just the left hand to do pretty much everything. Hold the glove the other way. He threw a no-hitter, Yankee Stadium, and Baerga was the last out. And everybody knows that. I mean, everybody's like, "Oh, Baerga, he doesn't throw that hard. He gets you." But now Baerga is telling you it wasn't easy for him. And Roger Clemens, probably Randy Johnson was easy for you.
I hit pretty good. Nolan Ryan and Pedro Martinez. Those three guys, I hit pretty good against them.
Nice.
So you know who to hit. You know who to hit. The Hall of Famers. I got the Hall of Famer, guys. Jump in my back. I got the Hall of Famer.
And thank God you're a switch hit. I wouldn't want to face Randy Johnson lefty though.
No.
We heard Ruben Sierra the other day. He was talking with you in that interview. Ruben is like, Randy, I don't even want to be there, man. That's an 0 for 4 and go home. I don't care about that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
that's pretty nice. Carlos, we're almost getting here to the end, but I would say, what's the key? What's the key when you're an infielder? I mean, you were one of the best infielders too. You got to play with Omar Vizquel for a long time. You got to play even with Roberto Alomar, even starting in the minor leagues. So you got to play with Hall of Fame caliber glove guys. What's the key for a good infielder and for a young kid to get better at fielding?
Well, to get better feeling, first of all, don't go to practice just to catch the ball and just throw it. Have a purpose. You have to have it. You know, Omar teach me. I remember when Omar got traded to Cleveland, he come up to me and I say, "Hey, I love the way you hit. You are one of the best hitters of the game, but I want you to be a complete player. Let's do something. You teach me how to hit, and I teach you how to field. How I prepare myself is going to dictate what's going to happen later on in the game. So we take ground balls. We used to do this. We take ground balls at the beginning. He said, we're going to take 25 ground balls, but we're going to take it like it's a game. You know, moving the legs, charging the ball, going to the side like it's in the game. Then we're going to hit. This is what we used to do. And then we come back to the field again together, me and him, and we start turning double plays with the hitters. With the hitter, the hitter hit the ball in the ground. We turn it like it's a game. So when we start doing that, I start getting better. You know, I start moving the legs, and it's important. You know, there's 6 F on fielding. First of all, is your foot. You have to keep moving your foot. It's very important. If you don't move your foot, you're not gonna get right to the ball. That's why Omar Vizquel always have a good bounce. And I said, how do you do that? I say, because I'm moving my foot. If I start to catch the ball, everything's gonna be the bounce gonna be coming very hard to me. When you move your legs, it's gonna be softer coming to you. Second, feel when I catch the ball, I have to see the ball coming to my glove in there. If I catch the ball looking to the sky, looking to the side, to this way, I don't want to see the ball getting to the glove. That's important. Third, the funnel. Funnel is coming, bring it in to me. Catch the ball and bring it in to me. That's very important. Four, footwork. When I catch the ball, now I'm going to move the legs to throw to first base, and I'm going to point where I'm going to throw the ball. That's important. Catch it, bring it in, and then I move the legs and pointing with my shoulder where I'm going to throw the ball. Is it going to be to first base? Is it going to be to second base? Is it going to be to home plate? You have to do that. Fifth, when you're going to fire the ball, you want to make sure if you play third base, you better go on top. If you play shortstop, you better go on top. When you play second base, you can go to a little bit on the side. But you want to make sure that you want to get a direct throw to the base that you want to throw the ball. So that's why you have to move the foot. Then when you throw it, you have to follow the ball. You cannot throw and go back. Throw, I follow the ball, because when you throw it, you want to release it and follow the ball in there. But the key is, you know what? Before anything happens, you need to know how many outs. You need to know the runners. You need to know, who's a power hitter that doesn't run, so I can move back a little bit more. Is the guy run, I have to move forward a little bit more. So you have to know the situation. It's gonna be, if you work with a scoreboard. I remember your father and Santos Alomar. They used to be the best coach. You play the game with a scoreboard. The scoreboard is gonna dictate to you, how you have to play the game. If we are winning for a lot of runs, why I need to play inside? I can go back a little bit. I get more time. I need to have good communication with if I play second base, first base, and I have to let him know, hey, I'm close to you. Ball to here, I got it. Shortstop, go to the middle, you got it. Or go a little bit that way. I'm gonna move that way. Communication is important. If you don't have communication with your shortstop, with the first baseman, with the pitcher, let him know, I got you today. Shortstop, go that way. I am with you. You know what's going to happen? When they hit the ball and they're going to throw it away because you don't make it to the second base or you don't make it to first base, That's why it's important the communication when you film it. If you have communication, you're gonna have the opportunity to have a good game.
Man, we keep seeing these videos. Baerga is going to end up with like 500 home runs, Alex.
And you know what you're gonna do, brother? You're gonna have to do something. Send me a highlight film of myself because I have this and that. I don't know what you got.
Hey, finally we see you
And
running.
Louis Lopez,
Finally.
I
Luis
know,
Lopez, a friend
I
of
know.
us too. Yeah, big time Luis Lopez.
Yeah,
And this one is good because it's
I
against
got
the Yankees. Everything against the Yankees is always good.
Yeah, we like that. Even if it's the Mets.
Even if the Mets. Carlos, now that we're coming to the end, we understand, what's going on, of course, around the world with this pandemic and all this stuff. And you're a person that was, I always tell everybody, Carlos is one of those guys that always walks, no matter what he's doing, he always walk with God around his hands. I mean, he's always, a person that always has, if you're down, he's gonna get you up. He'll find a way to get you up through the word of God, or he'll find a way to do something to get you pumped. Right now, we got these kids. They don't have that many months here in Massachusetts to play outside, so months are getting shorter and shorter. They can't be outside yet completely to play. They're finally the last 2 weeks they're being able to at least practice a few hours indoor. But what's the message that you have for them going forward? Because we got some kids that, of course, might not be able to keep playing anymore because this was their last year. But we got other kids that are just starting. What's your message for them and the parents that are dealing with this stuff right now?
well, right now I'm gonna say to them, you know what? I just put everything in God's hands. I know it's hard. It's a tough time what we're going through. A lot of the kids, they don't even have the opportunity to finish school. They don't even have the opportunity to play baseball. They don't even have the opportunity, the parents, to be inside the house. Yeah, I know it's being hard, not just for you guys. Right now, we don't play baseball. We don't have Major League Baseball. We don't have NBA. We don't have anything. I know you guys are going crazy, but you know what? I always say you're not going to be getting out from here the same. I think this is a great opportunity as a family, be together, spend some more time with your kids, and give them love and stuff like that. Because I love that sometimes our life always flying everywhere, always working and stuff like that. We don't get that opportunity. So that's very important. And something that I'm gonna say to you guys are, you know what? You are going to see the goodness of God in always when you the way you never see it before. You just have to believe. If you believe that God's gonna, you know what, He's gonna supply for you guys. He's gonna be there for you guys. He never, you know what, I believe in a God that always, have the opportunity, to bring you love, stuff like that. You just need to pray in them every morning. What I do is, when I wake up, I say, God, I just put everything in your hands. I know that we're going through a tough time. I know that it's this coronavirus. I don't want nobody in my family to get it, and I don't want nobody to get it. But you know what? Help us to go through this, and let's have fun again. God bless everybody. It's an honor for me to be with you guys today. And I always say, you know what? Believe in God, put it in your heart, and you're going to be okay.
Señor Padre, y que nosotros podamos cambiar las circunstancias, que no solamente de ganar una medalla de oro, pero de cambiar las circunstancias, de cambiar a nuestro Puerto Rico, que esto pueda afectar a nuestros matrimonios, a nuestras familias y a nuestro Puerto Rico, que podamos hacer un Puerto Rico mejor, Señor. Que ellos sepan, Señor, el compromiso, la determinación que se tiene que tener para ganar, Padre Santo. Yo te pido, Padre, que tú los cuides de cualquier lesión, que tú los cubras, Señor Padre, y que ellos puedan dar el máximo, Señor, porque toda la gloria y toda la honra es tuya. Cuídalo, Señor Padre Santo, los pongo en tus manos. Amén. Amén. Señor Padre.
We're showing this, Dong and Carlos, because I remember when the WBC happens and all that, the kids always at their door ask, why you guys always get together and just, what do you say there and all that stuff? And I always used to tell them, that's Carlos Baerga praying with the whole team, and they're a team. They do it together, I mean, and I always tell them, you don't see none of them sitting on the clubhouse, sitting in the bench or walking around. No, they all come together. It's part of it, and we always tell the kids, Don, let's do everything together. If that kid wants to do it that way, well, let's get together with him and let's do it that way. And then let's do it this way. Next thing you know, we know everybody, we enjoy each other. And that's very, very, very important. We got Don. You remember that day?
I do. Yeah, it was hot. It was steamy.
Yeah.
I think we had just gotten like 7 inches of rain the night before.
Yeah. That's Carlos Baerga with the Indios de Mayagüez. He was the manager. I think you were the GM too, Carlos.
The GM too. A couple years later, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Carlos has done everything, guys. He's been a manager. He's been a commentator. He's been a narrator. He's been an owner. He's been, of course, a ball player. He's been an all-star. And one more thing before we go, Carlos Baerga also is in the Cleveland Hall of Fame, and we would like to see that video, show that video, because we want
Roger Hornsby and certain statistics as second baseman in Major League Baseball history. Truly the energy and enthusiasm that awoke a baseball franchise from 40 years of slumber. Our pleasure to announce Carlos Baerga as the 39th inductee into the Cleveland Indians Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Bobby, and thanks for the organization of the Cleveland Indians to give this opportunity to be the number 39. It's something special.
Nice.
I mean, Carlos, how that felt that moment? Because I mean, it's like you said, number 39 to be in there. There's a lot of ball players that have come through the Cleveland organization, and to at least be one of them to be there. I mean, it must be something amazing.
It is an honor, and I think I work for an organization that I really love. That's my second home. I'm born in Puerto Rico, but I always said I'm born in Cleveland, and that's why I'm ambassador for the team too. I'm a Hall of Famer, ambassador for anything that happen, any meeting, any event. You know, I'm always there, and it's an honor. Even this 4th of July, I'm gonna be there in Cleveland. I'm gonna be there this 4th of July. No, they always mind me. That was in the World Series when I threw out the second.
And I know you were nervous. I know you were nervous because you didn't want to bounce it. I know that. You were like, I can't bounce this in front of everybody. Look at that.
Nice.
I went like to Luis Tian. You see that?
Yeah. Looked like a slider.
Wait, we need to make it happen. Because remember, we go here, you have a shot of bouncing that ball. So you need to go to your sidearm to make sure. People don't know that, Carlos. But yeah, when you see sidearm, we want to make sure it gets there. Yeah. Alex, you got something else there for? Look at this. This is we're going to call this the Don Connors new challenge. Don Connor, our owner at Dirt Dog Sports, is going to have to do a video kind of like with this exercise, and we're going to put it up. Then we're going to send it to Carlos, and then Carlos is going to grade whatever Don does, okay? Because we could see Carlos is ready to go, my man. Don, are you ready?
That looked like about 16 more push-ups than I think I can pull off.
But this is the pandemic moment. Look at that. Carlos is, Carlos, guys, it's a one of a kind. Carlos is, I love him like one of my oldest brothers. But it's the kind of person he is. He's always been like that. No matter what you need, he's there for you. And Carlos doesn't mind if you see Carlos anywhere. If we, I don't know, by any chance we go to Fenway Park and you see Carlos walking around, you could go Carlos and say, hey Carlos, I don't know, whatever you want to ask him, and he'll be there for you, no matter what. So I mean, truly blessed and honored that we have Carlos here for this Facebook Live with Dirt Dog Sports, and I hope all these tips you guys are able to write it down, like he said, write it down. Make sure you come up with some of this that you need, and it's special. It's special to have you here, amigo.
Yeah, no, it's been an honor. Once again, seeing the the exercises, like you said earlier, getting into that routine. So we kind of obviously been pushing our kids to do over the last 2.5, 3 months now. So once again, great advice across the board. And like you said, I've never heard of a team that wins a championship and says, "Wow, the chemistry on this team really sucked." It just doesn't happen. So I think once again, it's what else you said. Chemistry starts at home, slides right into the clubhouse and right into the team atmosphere, and it's huge.
Well, Carlos, before you go, we're going to show you something here from our friend Daniel Soto from DT Sports News. He always have like a little thing that we're going to send it to you so you have it. It's a little artwork he does. So there you
Wow,
got, my man. I mean, Daniel
beautiful.
Soto, DT Sport News.
Wow, that's very nice. Thank you very much, awesome. I'm never gonna forget about this. This is something that it remind me a lot of great job that I have the opportunity to play baseball. It's a bless. Thank you.
There you go. Well done. You got anything else, my man?
No, once again, I just can't thank you enough, Carlos. Great advice, like I said, across the board for the players, the parents, the coaches, us personally, so it's love talking to you guys. You always got some great stories, some great behind the scenes stuff. And it's just great to hear. And I appreciate you sharing your knowledge with us.
God bless you. All the best, and keep helping the young guys, to stay focused, to stay out of the street, to make good decisions in life, because right now that's very important, and let them know to study. That's a key word, that my father had for me. Thank you very much.
And we'll see you like we always do every Sunday, 8 o'clock at night. We got this Desde Nuestro Rinconcito, a show that I do with Carlos Baerga. And we always talk, of course, Puerto Rico baseball and all this. But Carlos has been doing interviews in his Instagram account and with MLB Puerto Rico account, Las Mayores, that is MLB in Spanish. He's doing too. So just look for them in Facebook. Usually, I already have a few of them. Tonight, we're going to have another one. Go to our Me Gusta Los Deportes page, too. We got Dennis Martinez coming up. Dion Beltrella, you saw there. Ruben Sierra. Carlos, guys, I mean, he loves baseball. He loves baseball. He does everything he can to try to keep baseball going during the pandemic. He's doing these interviews so you guys could get to meet the player behind the scene, not just the one that you see on YouTube, on TV. You get to see the behind the scene. And that's why you learn a lot. You learn a lot from yourself as a human being and from yourself as a player that you would like to be in the future. Así que, Carlos, muchas gracias, hermano. Lo puedes decir en español y todo eso. Gracias, gracias. Y nos veremos en los próximos días, mi hermano.
Muchas gracias, Don. God bless you, man. All the best for you.
Thank you, Carlos. You as well. You and your family.
Okay, Alex.
Okay.